The first step I'm going to recommend that you do is research and select your business name. Now, you may have already done this step, but just to emphasize the importance of what your business name is, I want to make sure that you have done it as completely as you can. Have you actually checked and really searched to make sure that nobody else is actually using that name? Have you done the internet searches? Have you searched social media to make sure that that name is not actually being used? Also, while you're selecting your name, have you started thinking about how you can potentially market that name? Is that name available as a .com for your business? Selecting a name can actually take a while. So this is something that you really don't want to rush, but it's something that you're going to constantly be thinking about. The next step that you want to take is to identify your business structure. This step can actually be done in parallel with the research and select your business name step. Both of these steps can be completed before we can go to the next step. You need to decide what type of business structure your business will be. There are multiple different types of business structures, such as sole proprietor, partnership, limited liability company, and multiple types of corporations. The Small Business Administration has an excellent comparison between the different types of business structures that actually tells you the pros and cons of each one. And I'll leave a link in the description so you can actually take a look at them. For many people, they actually do sole proprietor or single member LLC. Limited liability companies may protect your personal assets from business debts and lawsuits. Now, most LLCs are only recognized in the state that they actually created in. So there's something to also think about. Also, if you're married and you want your partner also to have ownership in the business, depending on the state you're in, you may actually have to create a partnership. Originally, in the state that I lived in, it was basically that if I was married, my partner actually owned everything I owned. But then I moved to another state, which that wasn't true. It actually surprised me. And I originally started my business as a single member LLC, and then I actually had to go ahead and make it a LLC with multiple members, which is essentially a partnership. So check the laws in your state to see if you have to or may not have to do this. So after you finish the research and select your business name, along with the identify your business structure step, you're now ready to move on to the register your business name step. In most states, you're not allowed to use a business name that's not yours unless you register it. In some states, you also do not need to register your business name if the business name actually uses your name and you're using a business structure of a sole proprietor. If this is your situation, I still recommend that you register your business name. Registering your business name protects your business from other people using your name. It also gives you the ability to also register a doing business as or DBA for your business name too. If you selected any business structure besides sole proprietor, you're going to have to register your business name. Don't forget too that you may have to also add the business structure to your registered name, as an example, LLC, when you actually register your business name. And most states require a small fee to register your business name. Now, to register your business name in your state, all you need to do is do a Google search of register business and put your state name in, and it should take you to the website that your state uses to help you register your business name. For my state, it's actually the Secretary of State website that I will go to actually register my business name. In that same site, I can also search for other business names, going back to step one, just to make sure nobody's even close to the business name that I'm registering. Now that you registered your business name, the next step we want to do is get your employee identification number. The employee identification number is almost just like your social security number is to you. It's the number that the federal government will now identify your business as. Getting your EIN number can be done in a matter of minutes on the IRS website. And I will leave a link below in the description to the site to actually go ahead and fill out the application. But just in case the IRS changes the website, you can also do a search for it by searching for IRS EIN application online. And in the results, you should see a lot of things relating to applying for EIN. Just make sure when you actually look at the search results that it actually is a irs.gov website, because there's a lot of links out there of other services trying to do an EIN for you when it's something you can do for yourself. Once you get to the page, there's 3 steps required to complete in order to get your EIN. The first one, and the most important one, is to determine your eligibility. Before you can apply for EIN, first you need to determine if you're actually eligible to actually apply for one. You must complete the application in one session, so you can't actually save and return, and the session will expire after 15 minutes of inactivity. After everything's actually done, you can actually submit it and you'll get your EIN right away, and then you can print it and save it for later. The next step that I'm going to recommend that you do, which can only be done because you now registered your business name and you have an EIN, is to open up a business check-in. It's important that you actually have a business check-in for all your business spending and do not use your personal account. You must separate your spending from your business spending. Business checking accounts can be a little bit more expensive than what you're used to as in a personal account. Many of them will give you so many transactions before they start charging you for transactions over that number. One of the things I normally suggest is search around and you may be able to find a business check-in that's actually free to a certain amount of transactions, or you can find lower fees or lower costing business check-ins at your local credit union. But this is something that you do want to search around and look for. Now, as your business grows and you start doing more transactions and you keep a bigger balance, you can probably move the business checking to another bank if you want to. But in the beginning, it's all about saving money. So you want to do your research to make sure you're not spending a lot of extra money that's unnecessary just for a business checking account. After you get your business checking account, the next thing you need to start thinking about is how you're going to do your accounting. That's the one thing that get a lot of businesses in trouble is the accountant. And it's one thing that a lot of businesses don't like to do is the accountant. But it's very important, especially in the beginning, because it's not about how much you make. It's really about how much you can actually write off. So you need a great accounting system to account for all those write-offs that you may actually have. So if you're really good and you just want to use a spreadsheet, or if you're putting all your receipts in a box, or if you're actually going out at this time to get a bookkeeper to manage your books for you, that's something that you need to research and figure out what you want to do. So that's the next step that I recommend, is figure out what accounting system that you want your business to actually use. The next step that I recommend is your marketing plan. Now, we really were kind of introduced to this in the beginning when we was actually researching your name. And as a business owner, you're going to actually learn how to do multiple things at one time. And this is one of those steps that you actually can do in parallel. And you can kind of start in the beginning when you was thinking about the conception of your business and how you will market it. But now it's actually time to put the rubber to the road. So this is a good time to figure out what is your marketing plan. Because just because you build a business doesn't mean people are going to come to it. Even though your business is not fully running yet, you need to start marketing it now. You can actually start making posts on social media about some of the products or services that you're going to actually sell or do. Just start getting involved so you can get a buzz about your business. So when you finally do open your doors, you will already have a customer base that's ready to come in and support you. An important part of the marketing plan is to secure your online presence. What do I mean by that? First, you want to make sure that you actually have the right domain for your business to actually use. Can you actually get a domain with your business name with a .com? I know a lot of people, they have a lot of different subdomains that's out there, like .biz, .store, .org, a whole lot of different ones. But I can guarantee you, most people are used to putting .com at the end when they're doing a URL. And there's nothing like you setting up a .store URL and then some evil person comes up and set a whole domain with your name but .com, and now stealing your customers from you because they're so used to putting in .com into the URL bar that you're never even seeing their traffic. You want to secure your social media presence on all the social media platforms that you want the business to be on. And if possible, it would be nice for every social media platform that you have the same username on those platforms so your customers can be used to seeing them on different social media platforms in that same name. This is also the time that you can set up and configure your business email. If you already registered your domain, most domain services offer you the ability to actually also have emails at the domain. One of the things that you want to think about is It's always great to have an email in your name so you can be personalized, but you want to have an email just for the business. And normally I set up one that's info@ in the business name. So that way your customers can inquire or other things that don't really need to come to you that somebody else can handle can come to that email. So that's the 7 main steps that I recommend that you actually do to start your business. Now, as you're moving on, there's going to be a lot of other things you need to think about. Like some of them you might actually need insurance, but some of them you can't get insurance until you actually have a place that your business may be in, and you still may be looking. Do you actually need an NDA for your business? Something to actually think about. What particular licenses do you actually need for your business? I don't know. Something you also got to think about. Do you want to actually trademark your business name? That's something that you might think about. I can tell you personally, I didn't trademark my name until I've been in business after 3 years. And it was actually easier then because I can show that I was actually using the name from my social media and online presence. So don't run to get your name trademarked right away. You can save a lot of money. As you can probably tell, the 7 steps that I just recommended to you aren't the only steps that you may actually have to do when starting your business. But they're more like foundation stones in your business to make sure you're starting off on solid ground. As I stated earlier, congrats on making the next move. I hope your business is very successful, and leave a comment below to let me know how you're doing.